First, we will peel the plantains. She slits the plantain down the side horizontally and then kind of pries off the peel from around it, and then cleans up any parts of the peel that stayed on the plantain. And you just do this to all of the plantains. You get them out of the peel, and this is the easiest technique to do that. In Spanish, the fried plantains are either called tostones or fritos, and there might be other names depending on which country you are visiting. So once all the plantains are out of their peels, you'll use a cutting board and you'll slice the plantain into pretty big chunks. I would say about an inch thick. After that, you'll light the stove if you have a gas stove and preheat oil. So we just use a generic oil from the store, nothing special, whatever you prefer. So you're going to fry the plantains twice. The first time you're just putting them into the hot oil, the big chunks that you first cut, and you let them cook there for about maybe a minute or two, but don't let them get brown or too tan. So once it's pretty hot, you kind of fit as many as you can in. And then once they're cooked on that side, then you kind of flip them over. She's using a spoon. I would use spatula, but whatever works for you. Now, again, you're not going to let them get too brown. Just make sure that they're cooking through on both sides. This is just the first pass through the oil, and then you'll cook them again. So this time she uses a spatula and puts them onto a plate. You might want to put them onto a plate with paper towel just to get some of the extra oil off. But if you don't care about things like that, no problem. So once they're all out of the oil, you're going to kind of smash or mash them. She's using not technically a plantain smasher or tostones smasher. There are specific things like that. She's just using the bottom of a pilon, which is something for spices or garlic. But I've seen people use the bottom of a can or a bottom of a cup or glass. So just something hard that you kind of can smash them down to be pretty thin. So once you have them all kind of smashed down, and during this part, I would say you keep the oil on. You'll put them back into the oil for the second pass, and this time you'll keep them in until they're like a golden brown color. Watch it carefully because they can turn colors pretty quickly there at the end because the oil is very hot. In this step 2, you'll want to flip them just to make sure that both sides are cooked thoroughly. So again, she uses a spoon. You might want to use a spoon or a spatula depending on your preferences. And then once they are golden brown, I would get a plate or final bowl. And again, I usually use paper towels just to drain off that excess oil. But if you don't have that available, it's not a necessity. So using the spatula and draining off the extra oil, you can see that they're not too brown, just kind of a golden brown, and to make sure that they're crispy around on the outside. Now, some people put salt on these. Some people eat them as just a little appetizer accompaniment with their main dish. And I guess you could have it with as appetizer with like avocado. I like to put ketchup on mine. So enjoy!